The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is the Eagles Sports Network and the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside Carson-Newman head softball coach Michael Graves. Michael, comeback wins today against a feisty Lees-McRae Bobcat team who really has some pretty high-level pitching coming into this season. What did you see from your team with some late-inning rallies and some late-inning insurance runs to seal the deal for two home opening wins here today against the Bobcats?
We were really gritty. I'm proud of the way that, they just went with things and didn't give up and just kept, trying to push a run across and stuff. We're still doing little things that are putting us in a bind, and it's not, showing up in the error column, but it's more of a mental error column as far as I'm concerned, and we keep going over those. But we've ran ourselves out of a couple of innings on bases where we, had a chance to get a bigger lead, and so we clean little things up like that and give us some breathing room. At
the same time, though, it really is an interesting dichotomy because you bring up some aggressive base running issues that cost you, especially in Game 2, but I would also argue that some aggressive base running is what gave you leads. Natalie Corbin steals home in Game 1 to put you in front, and then on a little bloop single that Emily Harris hits, you score 2 runs, in part because Natalie Corbin and Leah Sohm are really fast. How do you draw a balance between hyper-aggressive but also dangerously too aggressive?
I'm not sure there is a balance with that group. That top of the lineup and even, batters 8 and 9 for a lot of times for us, they're just so fast. And I look up and they're gone or taking the next base. And so we've tried to reel it in a little bit, but, it's working and they enjoy running, so I'll let him go a little bit.
Pitching, Sarah King, 2 wins on the day and shut the Bobcats down. Retired the final 11 of Game 1 and then slammed the door shut in Game 2. What did you see from your grad transfer starter?
She did a good job. We got the ball up some, and there was a couple of pitches that we got more of the plate than we wanted to, and she knows that. But I'm telling you, that's a scrappy little team over there, yeah. Lees-McRae. They're going to beat a lot of teams this year, but Sarah was big for us.
That you bring that up. That did not feel like a team picked 10th in the Conference Carolinas poll. Granted, that's the craziest preseason poll I've ever seen. 8 teams got first place votes, but definitely not a 10th place team in a league.
I promise you that team will not finish 10th in the Conference Carolinas. Those 2 pitchers right there are as good as we've seen in our 4 games we played this spring and, all fall long once you take out the D1 teams that we scrimmaged.
Hayden Dye, big moments for the freshman. Go-ahead home run in Game 2. Some quality RBIs and at-bats in Game 1 that puts you in front. What's she done as a freshman to cement herself with a good bat early on?
I love that kid. Her whole mindset is, like she said, see ball, hit ball. And when she said that, she's not kidding. She doesn't overthink in the box. She just waits on the pitcher to throw her the ball, and she's going to hit it where it's at. And that kid is strong.
Turn your attention to 6 pretty strong games this weekend in Albertville, Alabama at the Charger Chill Out. What have you learned from your team after these first 6 headed to the difficulty might tick up just a scotch in the Charger Chill Out?
Going to be a lot of good teams down there. I think we're one of them. Should see a lot of good games. I think they're going to have their hands full with us, as well as we are with them. So hopefully pitching shows up and our offense gets back clicking like it was in Georgia.
Pretty weird to hear you say that after scoring 10 runs in a doubleheader and finishing just shy of 10 hits both days. But after that high standard, I suppose that's a fair point.
Well, it's fun when the top of the lineup gets going because it's like Hayden and Macy and all those group in the middle lineup. They feed off of the speed being on bases, and they're like, hey, all I got to do is hit it, and they're going to score. So they're just fun to watch.
All right, Michael Graves, thanks for the time. Congrats on a sweep.
Thank you.
It's Carson-Newman head softball coach Michael Graves. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, and this is the Eagles Sports Network.